Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer, so let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
So, and you're still just doing your sets on the street. You're not doing clubs at this point.
I just started doing sets at the Cellar.
Okay.
The Cellar.
I'm going to give the Cellar a bell because...
No, not the Cellar. The Improv.
The Improv, Jew.
So,
yeah. Okay.
The Cellar will come later.
Okay.
Early 90s, I think it was.
Okay, so you're doing
So
sets.
are we in October now?
So October he goes to the hotel. He has a room, and he's now working at the Improv.
Right.
Now, these are the things I remember of the Improv, besides walking there and Dyke's Lumber. The fucking French fries were so good. He used to cut the potatoes. You don't remember this?
No.
He made the best French. All right, whatever. I remember the Improv. I remember the room, like the bar room where the comics would hang out. I'm sure in my mind it's way larger than it was. And I remember I remember Michael Patrick King was there a lot, and I would get on late, of course, and then he would go outside and bang on the door or talk on the mic. I mean, it was really fun. I mean, I remember it just being fun, and it was a family. I mean, there was Catch a Rising Star, which was like showbiz, and then there was the Improv, which... it was show busy, but it was more Hamisha, kind of. You know what I mean?
Larry David used to do sets. You never know how long he was going to be up there.
Oh, I remember.
He would just leave.
Yes, I remember he would get on. One time I was waiting to go on a catch. Like, I would hang out there every single night trying to get on. And he gets on stage, and he looks at the audience, and then he says... If at any point during my set this evening I begin to speak Spanish, would it be okay if I use the familiar to form with you? And I was like, all the comics are peeing. No reaction from the audience. He looks at them again. He's like, I don't fucking need this, and walks off the stage.
Wearing his...
I love that.
Yeah.
His jacket. His what's the name jacket?
Okay, so... Sports jacket?
Like
It was like
only?
no, it was a
Members only?
no.
What?
Yeah. It's one of them.
How's that word retrieving words? It's
You
amazing.
need to do Sudoku.
No, he does crossword puzzles.
I used to.
Yeah, he used to be really.
Yeah, my grandmother. I got that from my grandmother.
Yeah, and now he can't fucking remember a goddamn word. And we're sitting. Half this podcast is waiting for him to fucking remember what the fuck the thing is. All right. So you pass at the Improv.
Right.
And when do you pass a catch?
Oh, I don't remember that.
All right, great. So
I do remember meeting Chris Rock there.
Right.
Seeing him sitting on a table. He's got the Jerry curl.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, I looked at him like, man, you ain't gonna make it like that.
Right. I remember when Louis Ferranda told me that Adam Sandler was going to be a big star. I remember Adam Sandler was on stage in sweatpants. And he's like, oh, that kid's going to be a big star. And I was like, no, he's not. He's wearing sweatpants.
But in all fairness, Louis Ferranda says that about a lot of people.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you don't. It's not.
All
like
right,
the
but
same,
he was right about.
It's not the same as his father saying to the brother-in-law, which is an unbelievable story that's
Right.
still in my head.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so you're working now. You became and are still the MC of New York City. Now, a lot of people don't understand that. I mean, when I was growing up in comedy in the 80s, the MC was the star of the show. You know, it was Belzer, Adrian Tolsch. I mean, it was like your show, essentially, correct?
Right.
And then it became this, and I remember I used to love to MC when I started because I got more stage, not only did you get more money, but you got more stage time. And it helped you to isolate your bits. So your bits would be stronger because they were not like, oh, I did that joke, it bombed, I'll do another joke right after. It was like, no, this is you have like 1 minute before you bring on the next act. You better fucking be funny. So, but now it's become the MC is a piece of shit. You know, so, don't you think a little bit?
I don't.
On the road, I'm talking, you know.
Oh, the road, I guess.
Yeah.
I haven't been on the road. I stopped doing the road right after. I think I went from the Jane West Hotel.
Right.
My sister's friend had a family with a brownstone in Brooklyn.
No way.
And nobody was staying there except
Right.
for one person. And there was a whole floor available. And they let me have the basement floor
No way.
for a very ridiculous price. Of
Was
like
it a
$200.
gorgeous brownstone?
Yes. Yes.
Was it furnished? So you
no.
went from the Port Authority
to
the Jane West Hotel to a brownstone in Brooklyn.
Right. For $200 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what are you doing now? Career-wise?
Now I'm doing the road. I'm going to Florida. I'm
Right.
going to, and I hated it. I hated
it
going
so
on the
much.
road.
I still
Yeah.
hate it. I still hate it. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. It was just
What about it did you hate?
being in the middle of nowhere
Right.
at 12 o'clock or 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, whatever time, the town just shuts down.
Right.
And you got nothing to do.
Right.
And just sitting there waiting for the next day.
It's lonely.
It
Oh,
is
man,
so.
it's horrible.
If I actually sat and thought about those years of, I mean, I remember gigs. I remember Buffalo and Niagara Falls was a gig, and you'd be gone for 2 weeks. Eddie Airborne Eddie in Buffalo, and he had a gig and these were Tuesday through Sunday gigs. You would go, so you'd leave on Tuesday to go do the gig. You'd go Tuesday through Sunday, then you'd have Monday off. You'd go to Niagara Falls till the following Sunday. I mean, I remember just, when is this day going to end? How many more days till I can go home? No phones, no computer, in a motel. Like, I wanted to, if I thought about it, I would just start crying. I can't believe I fucking did that.
We did Syracuse.
Yeah, we went to Syracuse together.
Drove up to Syracuse.
Was it my car?
I think so.
Yeah, because my father died and I got his Buick.
Was it
So-
a Buick?
I think so. It was a, what year was this? 80, 90? I don't know.
Yeah, late 80s, early
Yeah.
90s.
All right. So what did we do?
I know we did Wise Guys in Syracuse.
And we drove up. I have a lot of driving.
And drove back, yeah. That was a trip.
Were you the MC? Or was
Probably.
I the MC?
Probably, yeah.
Uh-huh. So, all right. So you hate the road. So you're like, I'm not fucking like everything you do. You're like, I hate it. I'm not doing it.
Right.
So you stop doing it. You're living in Brooklyn. And then what happens?
I stayed in Brooklyn for 12 years.
Right. In that brownstone?
In that brownstone. Another member of the same family had an apartment in another part of Brooklyn.
Right.
That I took. It was one, what do you call it? Not one bedroom, smaller than one bedroom.
Studio.
A studio.
How's that word retrieval coming along? That's what we should play. You should do, instead of like, you want to be black.
You
What
wanna
word am
remember
I
that?
fucking thinking? You have 2 seconds to figure out what fucking word is supposed to come out of my mouth now. Yeah, go ahead.
I stayed there for another 2 years.
Right.
And then I moved up to the Bronx
Right.
for another 2 years.
Right.
And I've been where I am now in Harlem for 8 years. I think that pretty much adds it up.
So, and are you secure in your apartment in Harlem?
No, I'm just as close to being homeless as when I first moved into the brownstone.
So you could be homeless tomorrow?
Without a doubt.
And how do you wait? Like,
And
are you afraid of that? Or
I never gave a shit about it. I never
Because you
worried
had done
about
it.
I like going to the hospital, going to the doctor. You and another girl. She works.
I can't with this.
She works around the corner.
You should get cognitive
At the
checkup.
underground.
Yeah.
Erica.
Yeah.
You know who Erica is?
Erica.
She's what's her name's sister.
I can't. This is the fucking worst interview ever. What's her name?
Antoinette. Her
Oh
sister.
yeah. I love Antoinette. Yeah.
Has always been after me
To go to the doctor. Yeah, I'm the other one that
and
says.
she's the other one.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I don't have health care. And then the
Let's go. You could do it.
Obama?
He's a comic and he can't fucking think of words. Yeah. The nurse. The
ACA.
Well, this is the game show. This is it. Oh fuck.
the deadline was coming up.
For what?
Obamacare.
Yes.
Yeah.
For Obamacare.
January
Okay.
31st.
Yeah.
So I found a cheap $158.
Oh, but we should get rid of Obamacare. Remember?
I don't give a shit.
No, shut the fuck up. Just all right. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't really give a shit.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
So I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, "You don't have this, but you could get it. If
Diabetes?
Diabetes.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Right.
You have high blood pressure, but
Right.
it's not too high where you're about to die.
Right.
Are these all Jewish ailments?
I
Is
don't
that why
know. I'm
you're
just
a doctor?
It's just a medical, so it's a general medical
just
thing.
this
So
big,
we
big,
could
big,
do
big,
yeah.
big.
So I go now that I know that I have to.
Right.
I've already. It's been a month, almost a month, 3 weeks since I've been to the doctor. Mm-hmm. I think I've lost weight,
Wow, that's awesome.
but I also know that I weighed less than I thought I did when I went to the doctor.
Wow.
That doctor visit was like probably the best thing that ever happened to you.
Yeah, I need to go to that
No,
doctor.
it's like,
All right,
I
wait.
don't like it. I didn't
Here's
like
the thing here's the other thing I've noticed about you. You know, you're homeless, you never go to the doctor, but you have good teeth. What's that about?
And you had a girlfriend while you
Right.
were homeless.
Right. How does this fucking
Only a man.
like a woman who was homeless and sleeping on the fucking subway?
Now we have Louis C.K. to thank for my teeth.
Really?
I opened for him some shows in Milwaukee and
Right.
Detroit, and I was able to buy some.
Oh, because you have really good teeth.
Yeah, I bought them.
Do you floss and everything?
No, they're not mine.
Right, but don't you have to floss between them?
No, just
Whoever did those did a really
put 'em
good
in
job.
Put them in a thing.
All right, I don't want to know that. Okay, so they're really good. They don't look fake at all. Okay,
I had
so
a gap. You don't remember that?
I think I do remember that.
Long time ago. I had
Wow.
a gap.
So you've had some career. You all right? So you had a manager who.
No.
Yes, for a month.
Oh,
Remember?
Almost a year.
Almost a year. So he gets this. This is. I'm just gonna summarize the story because otherwise it'll take an hour and a half for him to remember. So you had
Lucian.
Lucian was your manager. Now Lucian ran the comic strip. Rest
Right.
in peace. And he was your manager. And he said something like, "Oh, you need to take acting class or something," and you were like, "Fuck that." So
He
you're,
wanted me to be in. He had a partner
yeah,
who was producing Homeboys from Outer Space,
right,
and I said, "Listen to what you just said to me.
right,
Homeboys and Outer Space. I'm not even going to read for that."
right.
And he wanted me to read for it. I didn't. I told him no.
Now, whatever happened to Homeboys from Outer Space?
It was on the air for about
It won an
20
Emmy.
minutes.
Right, but you would have. It won a Pulitzer. But you would have gotten some cash.
I
But you
wouldn't-
didn't care about the fuck. You're homeless. They want you to be in Homeboys
I actually like am in love with you that you didn't do that
Right,
and
all
that
right.
you would live on the street.
So
over
then
that.
you
Thank
said you said fuck you. I don't want another manager. So you've
Right.
never had a manager or an agent.
No.
because of that one.
But have people?
I never liked managers. I could never trust them.
Right.
I heard stories what happened to Chappelle,
Right,
what happened to other people.
right.
And I just don't like the idea of somebody who's in show business but not performing. Just
Right.
the business side of it.
Right. And it's also, there are people who did at one point perform, right? And then they're a little better than
Right.
the ones who've never performed and tell you what the fuck to do on stage when they've never fucking been on stage. All right. So that was that. You also did Cosby Show.
I did a warm up for the last episode of Cosby with what's her name?
Oh, God.
Angela Scott.
Angela Scott. Oh, I love Angela
Yeah,
Scott.
she was a regular warm up, and they hired me to assist her because it was a 2-hour finale.
And you walked up the stairs
I did.
to the house.
And there's nothing up there. There's nothing up.
You went up there to go look, and you were like, oh.
Yeah, this is it. It's just another set of stairs going back down.
Right. Okay, so all of these things, you get little nibbles, but then you don't want them.
I don't want to be famous.
Right.
I've been trying not to be famous for 30 years.
Right.
And so far,
Well, you're working. It's
working like a charm.
Right.
Well, what is it about fame that you don't like?
The fact that somebody has the ability to fuck me over
Right.
hard, horribly, that would devastate me if I knew that all the money that I made went to some shyster dude.
Right.
At this point, people come up to me, "Oh, we had such a good time at the show. Can we take it?" That's fine, but I can't do that any more than I'm doing it now.
Right.
Without being an asshole about it.
Right.
I mean, get the fuck away from me. I've already done the show.
Right.
You're done. We're done.
I kind of feel the same way, but I'm like, no, love me. Love me. I want you to love me.
What was your favorite part?
Yeah.
I love people who like the dude that walked up to me and said that his brother had died recently.
Right.
And he needed to laugh.
Those are the best. I swear to God, those are,
Yeah.
or I just found out I have cancer, or I just did this, I had my first chemo, whatever. Those are that truly is the greatest part of, and upsetting a they-them person. Yeah, that's the other great part. All right, so, but now, and Cosby was someone who you loved. Like, he was a hero.
Cosby, yes.
So how do you feel about the situation now with Bill Cosby?
Look, he's an old dude. He's
Right.
in his late 80s.
Right.
He's done. I mean, you know,
It's
stick
over.
a fork in him. He's over.
Right.
I got nothing.
I would stick a fork in him, but I'd actually give him a pill first. I'd put something in his drink and then stick the fork in. Yeah.
He all the stuff that he's done, he deserves it. I mean,
Right.
You can't just fuck over people like
Right. It's unbelievable.
that. Yeah.
Do you have the same? What do you think about the Louis C.K. thing? Because it's not quite as.
You have to talk in the microphone.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Louis C.K.? Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
so technically challenged.
Yeah.
Do you? Because
I had a
that's
big
not
fight.
the same degree of. It's not the same degree of. Harassment.
He's not a sexual predator,
Right.
but yeah.
Right.
I had
It's
a big
something.
fight. I had a big fight about Louis on Facebook.
With?
Mary Borello.
Oh, she's
Who is she?
she's
She's the former waitress at the Cellar.
yeah.
Okay.
And she feels that he should be over. Anybody who's ever sexually harassed anybody should be done. Their career should be over. They should lie down and stick a fork in him.
Right.
I'm like, well, what he did wasn't that bad.
Right.
Nobody got hurt. Nobody got killed.
He didn't rape anyone.
He didn't rape anybody.
They weren't underage. He was inappropriate. He was
Yeah.
inappropriate.
He abused his power,
Right.
and something has to change. But I think he'll.
You can't take everything he's ever done
Right.
away.
He's
Right.
You
not
know,
Harvey.
as if
he's not
you're
Harvey
right.
Weinstein.
No.
Right.
I saw
You've
him
had
at the
Kevin
strip. I mean,
Spacey.
at the Cellar.
When?
He walked in one night.
Recently?
About 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
Wow.
And did he do a set?
He looked like he has.
What is
He
it?
has. He looked wild. He looked like he hasn't been grooming himself.
Right.
Did he look like he's sleeping in Bryant Park?
Not that bad, but I think he just not been working.
Right.
Which is fine. I mean, come on. I mean,
take a break.
Plus, she was saying that her thing was we ought to make sure that he doesn't make any more money. If all he had was his website, the money he was making from that, that's all he needed.
Right.
He didn't need all that other shit from HBO and Netflix and all that. So I think he'll be fine. And he didn't talk about it.
Of course he will.
I think he needs to suffer for a little longer and then something. No, I think what he did, it is really like if I can't quite figure out.
It's just that it's like, as someone, I've been doing comedy, about as long as you. I have been seen so much inappropriate behavior, sexual harassment. How
about not?
I felt uncomfortable. I've done, but I got myself. I'm also tall and loudmouth.
Right.
But yeah, it's not good. Like I was just thinking, why is it that a guy is uncomfortable being with a woman? Like, I don't understand that. Like Kevin Brennan did a joke the other night, which was kind of funny, which was, I'm afraid to even talk to a woman. I got in the elevator the other day and this woman was like, good morning. I was like, oh, I'm not falling for that, and I was like, that's funny, but it's sad.
Right.
It's sad that you can't be in a conversation with a woman or don't know how to behave without objectifying. These guys saying, I'm not going to even hire a woman. Why? Because you don't know how to behave around, that's what I fucking don't understand.
Right. Well, also they say that people who do what he did, that if you read what the psychologists say, they say that when you masturbate like that in front of somebody, it is to show your power over them. It is not like a sexual thing. It is not.
Yeah, because
like
obviously the other person doesn't want to be there, and it's like this is the other thing I don't get.
So like, figure out. I would like to know what the fuck is wrong with. Like, I actually have to say, like, I can't believe how many men masturbate in front of women who don't want to be masturbated.
Why do you?
But
I don't understand. Why do you think we want to look at that? I mean, I'm a lesbian, so I take it whatever. But it's like, why do you think everyone wants to see your fucking dick?
I know.
Like, I don't want to see it.
I don't understand the dick
It's
pics
gross.
Right.
They're gross anyway. Like, who wants to see it? And with the red pubes.
Unless it's sort of, unless it's yours.
Right. I don't know.
Like your
Okay, so he came in and did he hang out for a while?
He did. It was just like old times.
Who else was there?
A full table. Everybody, everybody was there, but
did anyone get up and leave or anything?
No.
Were there any customers that were like coming over or anything?
No. Well, he didn't look like himself.
Is his hair long? Well, whatever.
He had a big hat.
Right.
His hair was. He didn't look like he normally looked.
Right.
But it was good to see him.
And what about his kids, his daughters?
Hadn't seen them.
I have to write to him.
Just say that.
All right, whatever. How did we get on this fucking conversation?
Because we were talking about Bill Cosby.
Oh, right. So, yeah. So he's done.
Let's talk about
he's got
all the people who are done.
He's got a fork
Kevin
in him.
Spacey, did you ever?
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Your favorite movie is The Wizard of Oz.
Yes. Always has been.
Okay. Which is unusual for a straight black male.
I just love the fact that in 1939,
right,
they had such wonderful special effects. The tree, the monkeys flying.
Right.
For 1939, come on.
I know. Even with the when the house is like in the air, go spinning and spinning. How many times have you seen that movie?
I used to see it every year.
Right.
Growing up, we had people from the neighborhood all over to the house because it would come on once a year.
Yeah, right.
But
it was
now,
like, Rudolph.
Yeah.
Rudolph, I remember I would watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What the fuck in the hallway? I'd watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Here goes Seth. He's going to tell them to shut the fuck up. It's like, hello? Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, you're not, you fucking asshole. White privileged. Was he white?
Yes.
Yeah.
And privileged.
Yeah. I would sit and watch Rudolph, and I'd cry, and my brother and sister would fucking make fun of me. That was my.
I think we had a TV, color TV.
You did.
So when they first went through the transition,
right,
from the black and white to the color, like,
right. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
In your apartment, I have just a couple more questions before we play. What word is coming out of William's mouth? Your apartment now in Harlem. What do you have? Furniture? Do you have a bed? Do you have a TV? Like, what do you have?
I just bought a bed.
What was before the bed?
Oh, I had a bed. That came with a bed.
Right.
Okay.
But I was falling out of it.
Why?
I fell out of it like 3 times. I don't know why.
Okay.
It's very comfortable now. It's one of those come in a box.
Oh God, yeah. Casper or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a different brand name. That's mainly it. And I have TV and
you have a like what? How big
DVD
is your TV?
32. It's a small room. I mean,
right.
It's about as big as this.
Okay, so you have a small room with a bed and a TV. Do you have a kitchen?
No. Yes.
Coffee maker?
Yes. Yes.
And how many sets a week do you do?
I'm at the cellar 3 or 4 nights a week. Other than the cellar, sometimes I was working at West Side and all the other places.
I love West Side. Do you like West Side?
What? They asked me to put in. They said they was gonna give me spots, didn't give me spots, and then now they want me to put my veils in. Well, if you didn't give me no spots when you asked me for them,
right?
Then why should I?
Well, the other thing is, people who are comedy fans, like, we have to put in spots by a certain, like, you put in your availability. Like, for the cellar, you put it in on Sunday, and then on Tuesday, you get an email or a text saying, these are your spot times. But some of the other clubs are like, give me your spots
for the month.
For the month. It's like, I don't know what my fucking schedule is.
Right.
And then they should all have the same system.
That's how the
West
Strip
Side
used to do.
What used to do?
The Strip, comic strip.
Would do a month?
Yeah.
No, I can't. So, do you still work the comic strip?
No.
I remember you had that incident. You wrote about it on Facebook.
What?
The Consident.
Yeah.
The Consident. Oh, yeah, that's right. Can you please tell that story if you can? The words come to your mouth.
I wrote about it on Facebook, so I might be able to.
All right, go ahead.
It was a weekend night.
Right.
This couple came in, not at the beginning of the show.
Right.
But she sat down next to the stage, and he sat down, came in after her, and they sat next. And I noticed he was moving chairs around. Just looked like a douchebag from the beginning.
Okay.
So I introduced somebody, I went back on stage, and I noticed that her feet were in his lap with no shoes on.
Right.
And I explained to her that because we had food and other people around, you can't sit like that.
Right.
She ignored me.
Okay.
I brought another act up, same thing. I looked, oh my God, it's fucked up, you can't do that. She ignored me again.
Were they drunk?
Yes. Okay. By the time this all happened at the end, when I was going through the drawing.
Right.
I said, look, if I pull your name out of this bowl.
This is a drawing for free tickets.
For free tickets to come back at another night.
Right.
If I pull your name out, I'm not giving you the prize.
Right.
Just so you know. And what do you know? Of course,
you pull her name out.
I pulled her name out. She came up on stage with her ID out to show me, to prove to me who she was. And
was she wearing shoes?
I don't know. I don't think so. But I told her, I said, I cannot reward you for being a cunt. And that's when he came up on stage.
The guy?
The guy came up on stage.
Was he like big?
Slightly bigger than me.
Yeah. How old?
That young guy in his late 20s, early 30s. Not JR. What's his name?
Oh, God, I can't fucking take it.
Big dude. Comedian.
Jay Okerson.
He was the last act.
Right.
And
Big J. Yeah.
He came up on stage and separated us. And then I introduced him. He went on. He did 10 minutes on how the club wasn't shit. And the next day, I got a text saying that we're not going to need you tonight. As a matter of fact, you can no longer work here. And he also got banned the same time.
Who, Jay Okerson?
Yes.
Why did he get banned?
Because
For
he said
shitting
the
on
club
the club.
went to shit.
Went to shit. I thought you said wasn't shit. Okay.
Because
Same
nobody came to your defense.
No one came
Right.
to the. It's all about money. No one
Yeah.
came to the comics' defense.
They had a guy, the security guy was in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And he came up after it already started.
Right.
But they used to have a guy just standing there in the room, and his only job was to protect comedians. From,
Right. Oh, of course.
Yeah. But then they stopped hiring.
Yeah.
So
You also were on the Daily Show, or
yes.
you had what was it called? It was a segment called
What I'm saying
with
William Stephenson.
Right. And you did a few, and then the writers, J.R. Havlin, who was a writer, said, listen, some of the writers want to give you some ideas.
And I said, the name of the show, the segment is What I'm Saying. He said, you don't have to use it. I said, but that's how it starts. So I only did a couple more, and then I was
Because
done.
you said, go fuck the writers.
Right.
It's what I'm saying. I don't want your suggestions. And you got rid of that show.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you self-sabotage yourself?
I do it all the time. I do it all the time.
Do you
Do you
feel...
regret it?
Yeah. That's,
Sorry.
no, that
regret
was
it?
exactly what I was going to... Yeah.
I don't know if I had thought about it, maybe, you know what I mean? But I do stuff based on how I feel at the time. And if it doesn't work out financially for me, that's how I felt, then I'm going to go with that.
Okay. So have you ever been to therapy?
Boy, can I guess?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
The answer is no.
Now, we do ask every guest, and I think I know the answer to this question too. Have you ever been on antidepressants?
No.
Yeah. Do you feel like you could benefit from therapy and antidepressants?
No.
He doesn't strike me as depressed, but I think
I
he
know.
would totally benefit from therapy.
I know. Don't you think that all this self-sabotaging shit is your father?
Yes, that's what I think.
I think it's your father going, and you're just saying, fuck you, I'm never letting anyone
Get close.
or fuck with me or tell me what to do or whatever.
That might be true.
Right.
But, no.
I mean, the fact is you're not sitting around going, why did this happen to me? Like you
You don't you don't seem depressed.
Yeah.
And like I see you at the cellar, I just yell at you about eating fried food and stuff like that. But I love hanging out with you. Like I love you. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, I want to have money. Don't you want to have money? Don't you wish you had money? Like, don't you get residual? Do you get?
I get residuals from
Here we go.
Louis.
Louis, yeah.
And Amy
Right.
and what's his name?
Oh, God, I can't. That's the name of this episode. What's his name? Okay. Wait, you did so you worked with John Oliver?
I worked with John. I did a segment. I worked with some actors.
Right.
It was a sketch about people who work for the government.
Right.
And my job was to sniff people's urine to
Right.
see if they were on drugs.
Right.
I worked with the guy who does the Mayhem commercials for that insurance company.
Uh-huh.
And 3 other.
No idea what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah.
You know the guy.
wonder.
He was on Law and Order for a minute. He was the white dude.
That
The
narrows it
white dude
down.
on Law and Order?
The Mayhem guy.
Dean Winters. He's on Oz also.
That's his name. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I worked with him. It was a segment that I fucking loved
Okay.
because my name was I don't remember my name.
Okay. Wow, that's shocking. This is the Alzheimer's episode. Let's call this episode early onset. Okay. God. It's the most frustrating fucking... Yeah, you win. Go ahead.
I What's his name?
Oh my God!
It's accelerating.
Yeah.
I was having a problem at the cellar with that.
With what?
Remembering people's names.
No way.
Yeah. What's his name?
Oh God.
Phil Hanley.
Yeah.
Big time.
Like you couldn't remember Phil's name?
But I realized it was because I was pissed at him.
Why?
Because
see, you need therapy. Why?
You do. Maybe you
you purposely
things.
put. Yeah. Why? What? Why are we?
I told him, I gave him the sign to get off the stage.
Right.
Because management told me that Chris Rock had walked in.
Right.
So he was supposed to do a 15-minute spot.
Right.
They told me to cut him short and bring up Chris. So I gave him the light, and he went and did his regular spot.
Right.
So I said, after he came off, I said, didn't you see the light? He said, no, yeah. I said, well, you're supposed to get off.
Yeah.
He said, well, let management tell me.
What the fuck?
I said, that's what I said to myself.
Right.
And I just looked at him and shook my head. And then for 5-6 times in a row, I couldn't remember his name.
That's
psychological.
Yeah. Well, I realized that later and didn't give a fuck because he had fucked with me.
I hate when they do that though. Like the so and so's here, get off.
What do you have against Dean Winters then? I wonder.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do we have any more questions?
What's your sort of best case scenario? What's next?
First of all, where do you want your life to be? Like, what would you?
When I first started doing stand up,
Yeah.
I told myself, if I look up in 5 years, 10 years, whatever, and all I am is a comedian, that would be fine. And I still feel that way.
Right.
I don't have to do anything else.
Right.
I would like to have, I guess, a show.
Right.
But I know people who have shows, and I know what they had to do to get them.
Right.
And I don't know if
so
I
you don't want to
all
do
that.
the work.
I don't mind work.
Right.
I just don't mind.
You don't want the bullshit part of it.
Bam. The bullshit.
What about romance?
Yeah.
What about romance?
Is there anybody special in your life?
Nah.
Yeah.
Are you?
His 32-inch television. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I missed.
You have a potted plant.
I think I missed that boat.
Yeah.
I'm 61, and if I met her, she's probably
dead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't think 61 though is.
I don't think it's old.
It's old. It is old. If I got with somebody tomorrow, in 10 years, I'll be 71. Come on. I
You
want
could
to
start a family.
I know men can fucking start a family.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
No.
Seth has 800 kids. How many kids do you have? 4?
Fourth one on the way. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
And I'm like 100. Yeah.
Shut up. My final question to you is something we ask everyone. What pisses you off?
What pisses me off?
More than makes you so fucking crazy, like you want to fucking strangle someone.
He hates when people can't remember names.
Yeah, right.
He's going to forget what it is that pisses him off.
Oh, my God. Seth is going to take all the pauses out of this, and it's going to be like a 15-minute. All right, go ahead.
I think what pisses me off more than anything right now is people who ride the subway, who stand in the slot that you're trying to walk off the train.
Oh, yes. I can't fucking pisses me off.
I say move.
And it's like, can you get, and then.
I give him a death stare.
I say move it.
But also, what about the people who like push their way on before the people are getting off so that they can fucking, fuck you, you fucking asshole.
I always yell, like, first you get off, then you come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to say something. Don't bring your fucking bicycle on the fucking subway train.
Especially during rush hour.
It's unbelievable.
Why do you have a bike?
Yeah.
But I took the subway here. I took the subway here. I got off. I took the express to 14th, and then I crossed the platform to take the local to Houston, right? There was a guy riding his bike on the platform.
Oh.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Somebody's going to push him. Somebody's going to push that. How about the people, though, they stand right in the doorway, and there's like this wealth of space
right
behind them. Like a few months ago, I said, "Can you just move? People are trying to get
right,
in." And this other woman who was like next to the person who didn't even know them goes, "No, she's not going to move." And I'm like, "What?"
Did you say anything?
Yes, I'm like, "Are you mentally ill?" But then I realized, like, what if the person is
really mentally ill?
I got scared because I feel like somebody who would be that crazy probably is like carrying.
If you're standing next to the door,
right,
you need to get off the train at the next stop.
I agree.
Otherwise, why stand there? Why have people squeeze past you to get just so you can be all set up
thing.
when you're part?
Here's the one other thing. All right, so say there's a space, there's a seat. Sorry. There's a seat. I just said sorry to the bell. All right. There's a seat. Okay. And it's a certain, width. And you know the size of your fucking ass. Okay? And you know that your fat fucking ass isn't going to fit in there. Like, I know that I'm not tiny. So if there's a space, I'll just sit on the edge, just leaning so that I'm not going back. And I just, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take a little bit of the seat up because, they were here before, whatever. Those fucking assholes who take the seat with your fat fucking ass and then start wiggling it back and forth.
Right.
And it's like, get the fuck away from me. I was fucking sitting here. You fucking fat fuck.
I agree. I mean, and the people who sit
it pisses me
who
off.
sit with the divider, they sit with they
put their ass crack in the divider part, so they're getting one cheek on one seat and another cheek on another seat.
It's like they're on first class,
right? And
they put their hat or purse or whatever in the empty seat next to him.
Right.
And I just stand there and wait for you to move that shit.
Right.
If you don't think about moving it yourself.
I also cannot believe how many elderly people get on and how many fucking kids and men don't get up. Do you get up?
Not anymore. Because I'm now elderly.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Look, I take the fucking
he can't
elevator.
remember anything. He's entitled to a seat.
I take the elevator from the basement.
When's the last time you got exercise besides?
I get exercise daily
How?
by going up a fucking hill that's like that. It's literally
where?
On the corner of 143 and Riverside.
You need to do the thing with the phone where you get the steps app and you walk 10,000.
He can't even. He needs a fucking battery for his computer.
I have a phone app that does that, but I don't fucking use it.
You should do that. I'm telling you, you will get rid of all of the problems.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I promise.
Okay, that's great. All right. Well, I have shit to do. This has been one of the most exciting episodes.
How long have you been doing this show?
Since it's going to be 3 years, right?
Wow.
3 fucking years. Right? Is that correct?
Yes.
April, I think, is 3 years.
We're gonna have a big party.
No, we're not. Yeah, but I love comics. I love
Greer?
Huh?
I was going to do one podcast with Greer Barnes.
How are you going to do a podcast with Greer Barnes? All he does is laugh. You'll say something, he'll be like,
He's funny as fuck, though.
I love him.
We had one called Fuck Your Thoughts.
Yeah.
And we did it at his house.
Right.
His roommate and this other dude would hang around all the time.
Right.
And they fucked it up. So we stopped doing it.
How about how Greer Barnes has a roommate and like 12 kids? How many kids does he have?
He has a lot of kids.
He was really good on this TV show on...
Crashing?
Yeah.
No, on this show on... I think it's on Amazon. It's called Red Oak. Like
Rachel
Feinstein was on it for like a couple of... He had like a pretty big...
I love him. I love Greer. Did Greer do our show? I think he has. I'll have to look it up.
He was like... He's a really good actor. It was not a comic part. It was like a real acting thing.
All right.
What time
Listen, I can't tell you how much fun this was.
Wait, can I just say, I got a news flash that Rick Gates will plead guilty to conspiracy and lying to the FBI, and this is the new charges.
Nice.
So
in the mic, say it in the microphone.
I bet he's going to sing. Rick Gates is going to sing.
I can't wait for the day when they announce that Trump is done.
I know.
That's going to be so much fun.
Listen,
Are we gonna have a yellow ribbon parade?
This is William when Trump is done. Ready? Hey guys, what's his name? Did you hear the news about the fuck is his name?
Oh, and he had his job. He had a job.
Wait, what? You know, he's like the head, like
like that other guy did it before him.
Yeah. What? Fuck. William, I thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I adore you. I want you to live a long life, and you can't eat all the fucking wings. Like sometimes you have healthy meals at the cellar. I see sometimes you go like on a health kick for like a day. And then you go back to your shit French fries and wings.
No, I haven't had wings in a week.
Oh, that's good.
I've had nothing but lentil soup and
hummus.
Salad.
That's good. And fiber.
Hummus smells like body odor.
I love hummus.
Oh, I can't do it.
You are so anti-Semitic.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, fine. I just do not like hummus. I don't like the smell of it.
All right.
It smells like
all right, I don't want to hear about it.
Body odor.
All right. Karen, I can't thank you enough.
Yes, you can.
Oh, thank you, Karen. Seth.
Thank you, Judy.
Wait, Karen, Seth.
Judith.
Yeah. Thank you, Seth.
Welcome.
William, where can people find you? Do you have a website?
Comedy Cellar. I have a website.
No.
I have a.
You do?
No.
All right.
Whatever
He
that
has
thing
a
is
podcast with Greer.
on Comedy Cellar has a website somebody did for me years ago that I haven't fucked with. So, but it's still on there.
All right. I don't know what else to say.
Yes, you do.
What?
What do you always say?
Oh, right. Wait, I'm just trying to think. This is airing next week. Let's see where I am. Like anyone's going to fucking listen to the end of this one. They're going to want to kill themselves. All right. So March 1st, Thursday, I'm in New Bedford, Mass. At the Zeiterion Theater. Let's see. What else? What's that?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm at Pace University on the 3rd. At a show called Magically Hysterical. I'm with a magician. Elliot Zimmett. All right.
I'm doing that Goodfellas thing at.
Yeah, we're doing that Goodfellas thing on the 6th. Yeah. At the Village Underground.
Who are you?
Tommy.
Really?
Yeah. What the fuck?
That's a dude.
Right. Hello. Have you seen me?
I'm Tootie.
What is
You
that?
are. Oh, Dave Juskow, who's also been a guest on the show, rewrites these classic movies, and we all get cast in it, and I'm Tommy.
That's a good part.
Yeah, that's right, bitches. Yeah, I couldn't get any parts in the fucking play. I was in Guys and Dolls in 7th grade. I played the woman who heads the mission because I was too fucking tall, and I couldn't get any decent parts.
I thought they would give you nicely.
No. I was also in the band, and I played the music, too. I was
Sasquatch.
Shut up. Listen, everyone, thank you so much for listening. I know this was frustrating. As frustrating as it was for you.
It's just early.
It is fucking 2 o'clock.
It's 2 o'clock. Oh, I'm going to go see Black Panther.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Ben saw it last night and said it was fucking awesome. So, all right, enjoy.
Everybody that I talked to.
I can't wait. All right, thank you all for listening. And as we always say, so long!
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.